everyone, I'm Sally, and it's that time of the year again. Christmas is just around the corner, and what's more festive than a beautiful glazed ham? In this video, I'll show you how to make it. We're doing the pineapple and orange glazed ham, and it's definitely in your budget. Ordinarily, it might not be. I went by the butcher the other day, and they're about $200 if you order one. So we're going to show you how to do it. We're going to use the sensor, which is a meat probe, that's going to get it perfect for you. And it's going to taste just like it came out of a gourmet deli. So if you've ever thought, that's too hard for me, I can't do it, it's very easy. I'm going to show you how. And we're going to cook to perfection. So the sensor can do that. You connect it to your Thermomix through your settings, and it's just a great way to, and you use it for lots of other things, steaks and cakes and all sorts of things. But today we're going to use it for the glazed ham. Okay, so to start off with our beautiful glazed ham, we're going to make the glaze. So we have all of our ingredients here, got our recipe on our screen. Great thing about Cookie Doom, we're just going to follow it through our guided cooking. Okay, so pineapple and orange glazed ham. I'm going to go straight into the recipe. So it's a really simple glaze, and it's entirely up to you how ornate you get with decorating it after. We're going to show you the basics to create a beautiful ham. Okay, so we're going to put in our pineapple juice to start off. In it goes. And our beautiful Team 7 ticks it off, or you can tick it off yourself if you like. We're going to add our soy sauce, just adding a little bit of salt, gives it some nice colour as well. Okay. And we're also going to add some orange marmalade. You can use other jam as well. You can make your own marmalade. The marmalade gives it a nice balance of flavours with the sweet and a little bit of the bitter from the peel in the marmalade, but you could use apricot jam, probably not plum or raspberry, something like that. But yes, you can definitely make your own jam, and those recipes are also on Cookie Dough. Okay, so we've got down to our maple syrup. That's going to add some nice sweetness. Balanced, as I said before, by your soy. And we've got some brandy, a little bit of grog at Christmas, you know, that's what all goes with the territory. Brown sugar, again, going to give it some nice colour. It's going to caramelise beautifully. And then we're going to add in our beautiful spices just to give it that lovely Christmassy feel and that Christmas taste. So cinnamon, star anise. You could use a mixed spice if you want to as well. And we've got cloves here, but we're going to hold on to those until a little bit later. So we've put in all of our bits and pieces here. Okay, and now we're going to cook it for 20 minutes. It is that easy. So you can walk away, you can go and do something else, but I'm going to show you in the meantime how to prepare your ham ready for your glaze. Okay, and off we go. So that's going to be cooking, and we're going to be doing the ham. So we have this beautiful big ham. As I mentioned to you, if you were to order this from a butcher, you'd be looking at a couple of $100s. We bought this ham at a supermarket. It's beautiful Australian pork, and it is so easy to do. You'll be very surprised. And I'm just going to explain a few little things first. So you're going to buy the ham. It's going to have a thick rind on it, and you're going to see a layer of fat under here. Ideally, you want this to be at least like a 5mm amount of fat in there. So, you know, go through the hams at the supermarket and have a look. This one's got the bone in. You can have one that's deboned. It will also look equally as beautiful. It's entirely up to you. So to start off, first of all, I'm going to cut a circle all the way around this ham, okay? And we're going to leave that little bit on there like that. But the rest of this skin and rind is coming off. So first of all, we're just going to cut around here. It's mostly bone anyway. Okay, so that bit's going to stay on, this end piece that we've got. Okay, so that's going to stay here. This is the bit that we're taking off. So to start that, you just make a slice just through the rind, not into the fat, not into the flesh, straight down the middle of the ham. Okay, so you're going straight down here, right to the end. And then with nice clean hands, you're going to put your finger underneath. Okay, And very gently, you're just going to go all the way around this ham from the other side, but we'll do this one first. Here. Okay, and we just want to pull it back. So we want to leave a little bit of that fat on there because that's going to give our ham beautiful flavour. And then we're just pulling this off. See how we've left a bit of the fat on there? That fat we need on there to give the ham flavour, and that's what we're going to score after and put our cloves in and so on that you would have seen in all those magazines and shops. And then we're going to do the other side. So again, slide the finger through really gently. This side as well, you don't want to take too much of the fat with you. And then we're just going to pull it back again. Gives your hands a good moisturise. So a little bit here that we're just going to trim off. Okay. Just get underneath that, we're just going to lightly trim it. Okay, so that's really the hard bit done. Now it's the fun bit. Okay. So now you've got this nice layer of fat. This is the bit we're going to score. And we're just going to do a simple diamond pattern. So I'm going to start from one side, and we're not going to go into the flesh. We're just going to go just through the fat. Just going to go all the way down. And this is just going to help the fat render with the heat in the oven. It's got a few more gaps for the heat to come through, and it allows us to decorate really beautifully. And now we're going to slice it the other way. So now we're going to go this way, and it's going to give you a nice diamond shape, okay? We're just slicing through, creating like nice diamonds. You can kind of use your finger as a bit of a guide going along. So that's it. That is the preparation for that bit. If it's got a little bit too much on it, you can take off a little bit here of the extra pieces. This bit's quite, for example, is a little bit much. I can still see my nice crisscrosses, so that's cool. But this one's actually quite a nice looking little ham. It's not too bad. Maybe a little bit down here. Now we're going to pop in our cloves, okay? So sort of you can either put them in the middle or you can put them in the corners. Putting them in the middle is probably not bad because you don't have to use as many. They'll just have add a nice sort of Christmassy flavour to your ham. Sometimes people will put cherries on their ham. Some people actually put the star anise on the top. It's really entirely up to you. But this is a beautiful recipe because it's really simple, it's really affordable. With stuff that, other than the pineapple juice, most things people would have at home, I think. Okay, so we've got all of the cloves in, so we're finished with this now. You can put more on if you like. And now we're going to put the sensor, while we're waiting for our glaze to finish and whatnot, we're going to put the sensor into the thickest part of the meat. So this is your sensor, this is the probe, and there's a little line here. We want it to be up to that line, and we want this piece coming out of the ham. Okay, so we don't want it touching the bone, and we don't want it touching the tray. So, I mean, these are huge, so it's not going to be a big issue for us. So I'm just going to pop it into the side, into the thickest part here, all the way down to the little marker, and that's it. Okay, so we've finished our glaze, we've put it in the fridge, we've let it cool down a little bit, and now we're ready to go along with the glazing. But just to show you, because we did all of this while the glaze was cooking, so you can skip quite a few steps here if you wish, if you're looking at saving some time. So we're going to scroll down here, and you want this to go onto the lower shelf in the oven, so make sure you've done that. You're going to preheat your oven. Okay, you can do that now as well. So we're going to go all the way through here. So we're brushing a third of the ham with the glaze, and we're going to set this as our current step. So it's that easy. If you've achieved certain parts of your recipe, scroll down, and if there's a step you would like to start at, you set that as your current step. Great thing about the TM7. So right, we've got our glaze, and we're just going to gently glaze our ham now. You can see it's got a nice sort of thickness about it, and could Could get a bit messy. You can put some baking paper down on your tray before you bake if you're worried about the glaze sticking onto your tray. But this is really the easy bit. So you just keep glazing, use about 1/3 of it. I like to do the front as well. And it goes all the way down the sides. It'll be dripping a little bit, that's okay. Okay, so we've got a few interesting steps coming up on the screen here. And we're going to start with the sensor. We've said we want it well done at 71, and it has to go into the machine. And then we're going to set our timer, obviously for 30 minutes on our machine here, because that's when we're going to take it out of the oven and baste again. Let's go up to 30, start. Okay, and we can go back down to our recipe here. All right, so basically all your steps about where to put the probe, how to connect it, is all here up to that point that we scrolled forward to before. I have a bonus tip for you before I put it in the oven. I almost forgot. So I just like to take a little bit of foil and wrap it around the end here, because it'll make it look a little bit more Christmassy. Otherwise it can look a little bit ugly after it comes out. So that's it. Okay, so here's our beautiful ham. And just be careful if you've used the sensor, because it will be really hot once you've taken it out of the oven. So you're just going to carefully pull it out like that. And for the very last part of the recipe, I've kept a little bit of the glaze here. And what we're going to do, and I've grabbed a little bit of the pan juices as well, just to give it, because it's got some beautiful colour in there. And we're just going to give it a really quick glaze here. And you'll just see that it's super glossy then when you take it to the table. And you could easily put some little glacé cherries here on top, or like serve it with a fresh cherry compote. Okay, so we've just got this lovely shiny ham, and everyone will be dying to get into it with their festive feast. And there you have it, a perfectly glazed ham, pineapple and orange glazed ham that looks like it came straight out of a gourmet deli, but made easily at home with your Thermomix and your oven. If you've never tried glazing your own ham before, this is the perfect time to start with it. Use your Thermomix Sensor Temperature Probe and you can be confident that it will cook to perfection every single time. Don't forget to check the description below for the cookie dough recipe link and more Christmas inspiration. If you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on our next festive Thermomix recipe.